Yo, what's good, y'all? Today I'm gonna break down how I got my first apartment. Not well, my first apartment, but this apartment rather quickly. And I'm gonna give you guys some tips and tricks on how you could do the same thing and not feel confused on like the whole process overall. So, you know what I mean? I know I like to get on the game while I do that. I'll have my bullet points on the side. And yeah, let's get into it. So first and foremost, you want to calculate how much you're making a month versus the bills that you have. So what I like to do, is make a list of all the bills that I have. So I will go through my Chase account or my Discover account, whatever bank account that you have, Bank of America, TD Bank, and you want to see what kind of subscriptions or monthly subscriptions that you have, and you want to write it down on a notepad, and then you want to compare that with the amount that you make, right? So you got to compare like the average amount that you're spending like on a monthly basis, and then compare it to how much you're making a month, right? And then you got to do some subtraction. So say for example, you make $3,000 a month and your average spending is like $1,000, and you like live with your parents or something like that. That's relatively high for someone who doesn't, you know what I mean, having I guess rent to pay. But you know, some people can have like Netflix and other crazy like subscriptions that add up, or just have like a lot of fun money. That's what I like to call it. So you want to get those things in order and put it on a notepad. That's what I did, and it helped me like feel less pressured about the where my money was going, and knowing exactly how I was going to use it when I did apply for the apartment. Because the second thing I also want to mention is like, you got to know how much is required for you to even apply for the apartment. So like say if you come into like Houston, Texas, right? Your income has to be at least 2.5 or 3 times the rent. So if the rent is again $1,000, you have to at least bring in like $3,000 for them to even approve your application, and so that you're worthy of you know what I'm saying, holding the apartment down. They think you're responsible enough, right? It also helps when you have good credit. Because if you don't have good credit, they might up it on you a little bit. So you want to make sure that your credit is decent as well. It's not mandatory, but it is definitely a helper as well. You know what I mean? So again, you want to budget. You want to see what your budget is looking like and how much you're spending a month. And then you want to compare that to how much money you're making, and put that in a notepad and compare it to the amount that is required to even apply or get the apartment that you wish. If you live in New York, obviously $3,000 is like, you're gonna have to be hunting. You're gonna be hunting to find like a studio or something, you know what I'm saying? Unless you go to like Jersey or something, it'll be a little bit more forgiving there. But again, yeah, I'll make a whole, if y'all want a whole video of why I moved out of New York, you know what I'm saying, and I wouldn't prefer to live there. There's obviously some aspects of it that I miss, like the public transit, because I don't have a car in Houston yet. So it's not really easy to navigate unless I'm Ubering everywhere. But I'm not outside that much. I only go outside when necessary, you know what I mean? And I have a Walmart down the street, but we'll talk more about that later on. So the second thing you have to do is, what is it? Get an apartment locator, right? So in certain states like Houston, you can literally go to people like Smart City, and they will help you find an apartment. So you will call them, or you could hit them up on Instagram, and you tell them like the basic needs for the apartment that you want to go into. So I use Smart City, and I went on their page, and it was like, oh, hey Joel, how you doing? Nice to meet you. Yeah, you know what I mean? I was like, nice to meet you. I'm looking for an apartment that's 2-bedroom, that's at least like $1,800. You know what I mean? The apartment must have a gym, in-house laundry, and that's really all. Like, and it has to be on the first floor, because y'all know I'll be wilding, stomping the yard and doing the most, you know what I mean? So I'm like, I need something where I can make content in as well, because I make a lot of my content inside, and I don't want to be on the second floor stomping the yard on somebody's head top, and then I get a noise complaint, you know what I mean? So I sent them that information, and I was like, I need to move in by like next week, because you know what I'm saying, I wanted to move rather quickly once I got approved for my job, you know what I mean? And they literally got back to me the next day with like 6 options of like apartments that I could go into, but it's really up to me on which one that I wanted. So he sent me 6 different options, and then I just looked at it. I looked at the area, and I looked at the reviews. That's very important. If you can't physically go see the apartment, you know what I'm saying, look at the reviews, right? Look at the reviews. Please look at the reviews, because you don't want to go to an apartment that you've never seen before, and you know what I'm saying, you kind of just going on a whim because you're kind of excited about getting your first apartment. You're like, okay, I can afford this, and you kind of just like moving too fast. You know what I'm saying? You want to make sure you do deep research. When he sent me the 6 options for apartments, there was one apartment that that looked really, really nice. You know what I'm saying? But then I looked at the reviews, and it turns out that the locks to the apartment building is like always off, so anybody can come on in. They be having like doodle in the apartment floors because, you know, people have pets and they don't like to pick up after themselves. Why do people do that? Why do they have pets if they don't want to pick up their pet's caca? Like, why are we doing that? If you're gonna have a pet, pick up their caca, my friend. Please, let's be for real. You know what I mean? Let's pick up their caca. All right. Let's get back to the game. But yes, and then like turns out there was like some kind of ant infestation in one of the apartments. I was like, oh hell no, I'm good. It looks nice. It looks so nice. You know what I'm saying? Especially like they had like a movie theater for the whatchamacallit, residents there, and I was like, yo, this is fire. You know what I mean? But I was like, nah, I'm put that last on the list. So right, I picked like 2 that I liked, and then I went back to my apartment locator, and I was like, hey, what's your thoughts on these 2 apartments? And then he gave me his spin, and then I ended up going with the one that he said was like the better fit. And yeah, not every apartment is going to be perfect. There's always going to be a flaw some way, somehow. There's just got to be a manageable flaw that you're okay with dealing with or not minding so bad. Like I don't mind like say for example, if a pool was like dusty or something, like they don't do proper pool maintenance. I don't go to the pool that much, so it doesn't bother me, but that does give me insight on the maintenance team itself. You know what I'm saying? So it would make me think like, the maintenance team may not be a little, you know what I mean, it might be a little, you know, rocky over there. So that might be something to consider, like, hey, you know what I mean? But like stuff like that, I don't get too worked up about, you know what I'm saying? Because I like to take care of my things and be responsible for my apartment. I don't want to be like wilding, you know what I'm saying, doing the most and have to constantly request for maintenance. You know what I mean? Sometimes it's not your fault, obviously, and they probably give you like a unit that's like dusty and old, and they just cleaned it up a little bit and then gave it to you. But other than that, some of the problems that I be seeing people have be kind of self-inflicted. I ain't gonna lie. But anyways, moving forward. Again, the third thing that I want to talk about is a lot of people underestimate this is the getting your paperwork together, man. Get your paperwork together so that it don't take you 15,000 years to get initialized and you go through the process, right? I moved around a lot a few times, so I kind of know the paperwork that is needed for me to get accepted or approved for an apartment. You know what I mean? So the first thing you want is like your ID, obviously, or passport. Both is better, you know what I'm saying, just to verify who you say you are. You know what I'm saying? Authentication, I learned that in IT. But yeah, you want to get that. You want to get your social, because they're gonna ask for that so they can do their little background check and make sure you're not a criminal. You know what I mean? No offense to anyone that has a criminal background, but you know what I mean, they just want to, that's what they do. They want to check to see if you're gonna blow up the apartment building or not. You know what I'm saying? And they also do like eviction, like histories and all that stuff, like apartment history. Like they'll ask for that as well, like where's the last place you lived, I'll probably ask for a reference, but those are not required. You don't have to put that information in, because 9 times out of 10 they won't contact them. You want to have your pay stubs for your job as well. Like for the job that you're currently in, you want to have those pay stubs so they can have proof of income that you can afford the apartment on a monthly basis. You know what I'm saying? So again, if they require you to have 3 times the income requirement of the apartment, and the apartment is $1,000, you have to at least be bringing in on the pay stubs $3,000 and above. If it's like 28, they're gonna be about it, you know what I mean? But you always want to be above that 3 times threshold. So they're giving you all the stats that's required of you to be successful in the apartment application process. You know what I'm saying? They don't want to see you lose. You know what I mean? It's not about how much money an applicant makes, especially in like a city like Houston. There's so many different like units. Hold on, she's wilding on me. I'm gonna need you to relax, okay? Because she was wilding. But yeah, there's so many different apartment units. It's not that much competition because so many different apartment buildings are being built around here. So I don't like competition wise, I wouldn't worry too much about it. And if it does become a conversation of competition, there's always other complexes that you can go to. You know what I'm saying? It may not be the one that you want, but you know what I mean? It's still something. You know what I mean? If you do not have a job similar to, and you're not, if you do not have a job and you kind of, okay, let me say it like this. If you do not have a job and you're self-employed, they're going to ask for more information. Like when I got my first 2 apartments in like New Jersey, they asked for like bank statements. They asked for like, goddamn, pay stubs. So I obviously I make money off YouTube, and like TikTok. So they would ask for that. And then they would ask for the like proof of the deposit. So they would ask to see like, let me see those bank statements or like a screenshot of a like a deposit that has occurred. But that can be easily manipulated. So what they started doing now is incorporating like PDF files only, but that can be manipulated too. So now they got like signed PDF. Like it's crazy, like the countermeasures that they have in place. But if you're in a situation where you have a new job that you haven't started yet, you just got to send them the job offer letter and a person that they can refer to, like HR, to call and be like, hey, yes, Joel is employed at our company. He starts next week, and the job offer letter kind of says how much you make hourly. So then they can like see if your income would meet that what you call it, that requirement, which is 3 times. That's what I had to do as well. I kind of leveraged that as well. So I have my what's the word? I had my self-employment income from like YouTube, TikTok, and some other stuff. And then I have my job offer letter. So it kind of all coincided together, and boom, it just made it easier. You know what I'm saying? The more you have, the better. You know what I'm saying? Even if you're just using your W-2, you know what I'm saying? Like your job. Also incorporate your self-employment income as well. Even if it's not that much, put it in there, because the more the better. They're gonna be like, okay, I see he got money coming, he or she got money coming, 1,000 different places. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, for surely, you know what I mean? Definitely incorporate that, right? And the last tip I will give you is not the last two. I got 2 more. I'm lying. I'm looking to the side because I got a sticky note over here. I'm trying to stay on track. You feel me? The 3rd or 4th, I don't know. I'm on some number, right? The 3rd or 4th thing is you want to look at the area that you're living in. I kind of touched on that point a little bit earlier, but you want to go on Google Maps and literally like move the map around and see what's around the area. And you also want to do a crime map. So go on Google, type in crime map, and put your zip code, and then look at like the if it's like red, know that you can't be outside at a certain hour. If it's green, you good. You know what I'm saying? For the most part, just, still stay vigilant. You don't want to be like an airhead walking around thinking shit sweet. You know what I'm saying? Pardon my French, but if the crime map is red, 9 times out of 10, you got to move tack. You know what I'm saying? Moving tack is a New York terminology that means just move strategically, tactically, and don't like do anything flashy or become friends with the ones that are running that area. Basically, you're probably in the hood 9 times out of 10 if the John is red. I ain't gonna cap. You know what I mean? So look at the crime map, put your zip code in. You can use any crime map. Just go on Google, type in crime map if you're not familiar with the area, and then try to get in the green or orange area. You know what I'm saying? If you want to get in the red, obviously apartments in that area is going to be cheaper, but hey, you might get your John broken into, no cap. You know what I mean? So if you got like jewelry, you know what I mean, and you laid on the table or the couch, just know, and they see you one day, they're gonna get on your butt. You know what I'm saying? No cap. But yeah, look at the Google Maps, see what's around. I got a Walmart like five minutes away from me that kind of helps with getting stuff. So whenever I need, like, I got a few things. I made a few trips to Walmart, even though I don't have a car. But the fact that it's 5 minutes away from me, the Uber's only like $6-7. So I'm like, I don't mind paying a little Uber, you know what I mean? Or I'll do like something like an Instacart, you know what I mean? If you need like groceries, or you need like a ladder, or like a table, like a foldable table, like a chair or something like that, I'll be using that too. So if you want to find affordable furniture, you can go on Facebook Marketplace as well. But you know, with a grain of salt, you know what I'm saying? Just be vigilant on those platforms, because you know what I'm saying, there could be some weirdos, you know what I mean? Especially if you're a woman, you know, they be weird. So yeah, you know what I mean? Stay safe out there, you know what I mean? Don't be out here trusting anybody on the Facebook Marketplace. No cap. They will get your booty. I'm not gonna cap. No cap. You know what I mean? I used the special on a regular unit. That was a waste. Okay. We're gonna have a hard time with this one, folks. Yeah. What was I saying? Why do I do this? Yeah, so you want to make sure that you are in a good area, and if you want to get furniture, you know what I'm saying, make sure that you're next to a furniture place. She's got a big gun. Okay, that's a fat ass gun. Damn, she's shooting. Can I get help, please? Like, what are we doing here? Yeah, so just make sure that I'm probably gonna lose, honestly. Maybe not. But yeah, make sure that you are in a place that is safe, because we don't want any issues, you know what I mean? And make sure that you have all your paperwork. Make sure that you like where you live, right? Look at the area, look at the amenities, look at the culture, you know what I'm saying? Because you can kind of get a feel of the culture based on the way that the office talks to you. So like management in the building, you know what I'm saying? God damn it. Hold on. Please. Let me get this. Oh, thank you, Jesus. All right, you're done. Come here. You're finished. No, she dodging. You just made me waste my whole super. I'm tight. But yes, let me let me get back on track. Calculate how much. So we're gonna go through this again. Calculate how much you're making a month versus your bills, and then compare that with the monthly income requirement for that apartment complex. Usually, if you're in Texas, it's 2.5 to 3 times the rent. If you're in New York, they be asking for some wild shit. I'm sorry, you know what I mean? Like, they be like 40 times the John, and the John be like 200 square feet. You know what I mean? I don't like that, bro. I'm a New Yorker. I love the culture. Love the culture. That's probably one of the main things I miss. You know what I'm saying? If anybody's from New York, you could agree on that. But the cost of living is insane. You have to break your spine to exist there, bro. And then the apartments be doodle water. You feel me? That's what gets me tight. Like, if I'm paying this amount of money, bro, why am I getting trash service? I could use my same 1,500 like I am right now and get a 2-bedroom. But in New York, I could get I'm gonna get like a studio. You feel me? But again, you get like public transit, you get the culture, you get the food, you know what I mean? But like, for me, I'm not jacking it. I'm sorry, I'm not doing that. You know what I mean? But if you're in New York, just go on Google and type in like average, what is it? Like apartment rental income requirements, right? Or you can put that on Chat GPT. That's what I did. I went on what is the average like monthly rental income requirement for an apartment in Houston, Texas, and it tells me like around 2.5 times, 3.5 times. So I just looked at my John and I said, okay, I make more than 3 times. I'm good. Once you get that information, you can start looking for an apartment locator. That's step 2, right? Boom. Step 3. Go on Google Maps, look at the area. Step 4, get your paperwork together, right? That really should be step 0, get your paperwork together. But you don't want to get your paperwork together before you find out if you make enough money. Because if you don't make enough money, you're done. You're finished. You can't even like ask for an apartment, honestly. So you want to make sure that you make enough money first, and your expenses is not crazy. Because you don't want to get into a situation where you get an apartment and you don't have an apartment already, and you're already spending like $2,000 and you only make $3,000. That's insane. I would say have at least like $1,000 of wiggle room, you know what I'm saying, to exist after you pay your rent. You know what I'm saying? if the more the merrier, obviously, but you only need like $1,000, honestly. You know what I mean? Like when I first moved, I moved with like I was like making like 800. I had like 800 to spare. You know what I'm saying? I wasn't, and it didn't feel like I was starving. You feel me? I was in New Jersey, so getting on public transit was like $3. You know what I mean? Back and forth, boom, bow, boom, boom. I ate at home. You know what I'm saying? Grocery was like 100, 200. You know what I mean? And then the internet was like what, $100? Boom, bow, boom, bing. Cool. So I was left with like 400, you know what I'm saying? If I wanted to go get a drink or something, you know what I mean? I could, but I had to be a little cheap with it, you know what I'm saying? So it comes to a conversation where you might need to make a little more money, or you might need to look at your expenses and be like, man, what the hell am I doing here? Why am I $1,000 turned into a negative 600? You know what I'm saying? So you want to be aware of your budget and what's available after. If you were hypothetically living in that apartment, like you got to be very strategic. The more you look at, know exactly what you're spending, the better it is for you, right? And yeah, that's literally all there is to it. You know what I'm saying? You talk to the apartment locator, you tell them what your requirements are for that apartment. If you're in New York, you know, there's no apartment locators. You kind of got to like speak to like a broker or something like that, and they be taxing, bro. I paid no broker fee here in Houston. And in New York, they will hit you with like a $3,500 broker fee. I'm like, shit, nigga. Please, like, spare me, bro. I'm already giving you bread for the apartment. You know what I mean? But shit, 35? Huh. Here you go, though. I will give it to you because, you know, I want the apartment. And no, right? It's crazy. But yeah, those are all the things. So again, calculate how much you're making versus the apartment income requirement, right? Budget for the things that you're going to be spending: internet, furniture, job commute if you're going to a job, you know what I'm saying, groceries, health insurance, you know what I'm saying, phone plan, gym, whatever. If possible, get an apartment locator if you live in an area or a state that has apartment locators. Go on Google Map, look at that crime map, so you know what type of area you in. You know what I'm saying? If you're unfamiliar with the area, so you're not, you know what I'm saying, surprised when you get there and you're like, holy shit, there's thugs outside. You feel me? There's thugs outside. You feel me? There's thugs everywhere. It don't matter where you go on this planet. There's gonna be some hooligans and delinquents somewhere. You know what I'm saying? So it don't matter what state you go to. I was in the heart of Brooklyn, Crown Heights. That's the hood. You feel me? And I felt safe because I'm used to it. You know what I'm saying? So anywhere else is like rainbows and sunshine to me. Like, I feel safe. You know what I mean? And then lastly, get your paperwork together. You know what I'm saying? Get your pay stubs, your ID, your socials, your job offer letter, your pay. I said pay stubs. You know what I'm saying? Stuff like that. Get all that together, scramble it together so you can just shoot it out to them when they ask or request. And that's it, y'all. That's the video. You know what I'm saying? I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Yeah, I don't really have no other words, you know what I mean? Y'all asked for this kind of video on how to like get your own first apartment. So I forgot who asked me that, but it was one person that asked me that. But yeah, again, if you guys like these style of videos where I'm playing video games and kind of giving y'all a spiel as well, let me know, because you know I like kind of doing that. It's kind of fun, you know what I mean? So because this is a gaming channel in a sense, but I like to talk at the same time, so I'm kind of merging the two together in a sense. I'm thinking like getting like a steering wheel, so like I could drive around while I holler at y'all, you know what I'm saying, while I'm kind of giving y'all a spiel. So it's like I'm taking y'all on a journey, you know what I'm saying, taking y'all on a journey while I talk to y'all and giving y'all tips, and you know what I'm saying, just or just talking about my own findings that I found out in life, you know what I mean. But yeah, I'm thinking about getting a little steering wheel, because I used to have one, you know what I mean, and I would play a lot of Beam and G. I'll play a lot of a set of Corsa, because I like racing games, you know what I'm playing, you know what I'm saying. I love racing games, they're dope. I feel like they're really chill compared to like Call of Duty, where it's fucking everyone's sweating their dicks off to try to like you know what I mean, be the best and be a streamer and things of that nature, and it just kind of ruins the fun for me, because I'm not that, like, I'm competitive, but my god, some of them don't get off the game, you know what I mean, and it's like shit, you know what I mean, that commends to them, they're cracked, you know what I mean. I'm just not trying to be cracked like that anymore these days. And yeah, drop a like, comment, subscribe, and let me know your thoughts. Yeah, let me know your thoughts about this video. Yeah.